Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, Millennial Kingdom Joy, Part 2. And this is essentially an overview of there will be different areas that will experience joy that have not experienced joy in quite some time. Specifically, the region of the Middle East, northern Saudi Arabia, and Israel and Jordan and those parts of the world, to a nation, Israel, and to the city of Jerusalem. And so the first scripture reference is Isaiah 42, verse 11. Let the wilderness and its cities lift up their voices, the settlements where Kedar inhabits. Let the inhabitants of Salah sing aloud. Let them shout for joy from the tops of the mountains. And so the first part is the wilderness is a desert. It's uninhabited land. To the towns of the desert, and the language would, and the grammar would have those people belt it out, a joyful cry. So who is Kedar? Kedar is the second son of Ishmael, and the reference for that goes back to Genesis 25 verse 13. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names in the order of their birth. Nebaioth, the firstborn of Ishmael, and Kedar, and Abdeel, and Mibsam. And Kedar means dark, per Strong's Concordance. And Kedar settled in the region, consistent with modern-day Saudi Arabia. Salah is a little bit more tricky, but there is a reference in Judges 1, verse 36. And the border of the Amorites ran from the ascent of Akrabim from Salah and upward. And had to do a little digging on this one, but Akrabim is also known as Scorpion Pass. And this would be the southern border of the Amorites. It's also the southern border of the tribe of Judah. And so this would be Jesus' line in the south of Israel. And this modern day region extends from the Dead Sea to the southwest in Israel. So it's southern Israel. And so even these people will have something to shout about. And so this place has been desolate for thousands of years, and it's just barren wilderness. Nothing grows there. But that's going to change too. So the nation will also, as this thing unwinds, it goes from region to nation to city, and I'll save nation for last. But the city of Jerusalem, Isaiah 52, verse 9, break forth, shout joyfully together, you waste places of Jerusalem. For the Lord has comforted his people, he has redeemed Jerusalem. And so, this verse implies that Jerusalem will be a city of destruction. And the idea is chorba in the Hebrew. And so at the end times tribulation setting of Jerusalem is described as a place that's been laid waste, a ruin, and a desolation. Now, the Lord has comforted his people. Now, believe that to be Jesus when he returns. And the grammar suggests that he will intensively console the people of the city. And he has redeemed Jerusalem. Well, the idea of somebody who redeems is a goel, or a kinsman redeemer. And this is the same concept and word that's used in the book of Ruth. And the role of the goel, or the kinsman redeemer, is to avenge. So he will seek the revenge on behalf of the people. Vengeance is for the Lord, is the idea. His blood has paid the ransom for sin. Well, Jesus has done that. And the people of Jerusalem will be redeemed from bondage and slavery. And Jesus is a kinsman from the tribe of Judah. And so Jerusalem's response, the grammar would suggest an ear-splitting yell. And the last one is Isaiah 60, verse 15, and this is in regards to the nation of Israel. Whereas you have been forsaken and hated with no one passing through, I will make you an everlasting pride, a joy from generation to generation. And this verse above is pretty much the history of Israel, the 2,000 years after Christ. And the people were dispersed from the land in 70 A.D., and this is how the land of Israel's been viewed. It's been left behind, departed, left alone, abandoned, and neglected And the grammar's just, come on, it's an afterthought. Just let it go. And neighbors surrounding Israel have hated the Jewish people even when they were not there. So that's not a stretch. And the land effectively lay dormant until the early 20th century. And then there was the Balfour Declaration in 1917. So here we are roughly 100 years later. Israel is a nation and Jerusalem is its capital. And the grammar says in the Hebrew that things are going to change under the direction of Jesus. And the nation will become Gaon in the Hebrew, a place of majesty, pride, and excellence from generations or for generations and eternity. So if you're interested in topics related to the Millennial Kingdom, please check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Millennial Kingdom, joy. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.